Namaste everyone and welcome back to LiveStronger. Today we are going to train back. So I'm going to start with my dynamic stretching routine, which takes 3 to 4 minutes, max 5 minutes. That's all. So the first thing I'm going to do is the greatest stretch to ensure I have the right mobility, just going to range of motion, not holding any stretch for more than 3 to 4 seconds, just flowing through. The reason why it looks quick is because obviously I have sped up the video. It's not quite entertaining to watch me do dynamic stretching, but it's quite important. I would always recommend that you always start off your workouts with at least a couple of minutes of dynamic stretching. It's quite different from static stretching. Please don't hold these stretches. We are not focusing on lengthening the muscles. We are just trying to go through different stretches and get a little bit of mobility going on. Now, one of the things which I have added in addition to my regular greatest stretch and the deep squat, which currently I'm doing, is the bird dog pose to improve my core stability and strength. Here I do hold a particular position for 5 seconds. So once my leg and my hand is in air, I hold there for 5 to maybe even 10 seconds if you prefer to, but 5 seconds is sufficient. And I do that 5 times each side just to get my core stability work going on. Great way to start off your compound lifts because your core plays a great amount of role in terms of creating that strong trunk in between while you perform any kind of compound lift. Now for the first exercise, we are going to start off with T-bar rows. Since I don't have a chest supported setup in my gym, I use the landmine setup. As usual, I have done this multiple times and I'll keep doing it. Works great, close grip, good weight. Always prefer to put on small plates so I get good amount of depth and stretch on my lats. Keep my elbows as close tucked in as possible, creating that stretch every repetition. I go as slow as possible. 4 sets, 12 repetitions. After 12 repetitions, if you have still a little bit of gas left in you, you can continue to do lengthened partials for 3 to 4. Don't have to come all the way up, just for stretch out and try to pull up as much as possible for as many repetitions as possible. The pulling up should be a little bit explosive or comparatively explosive than going down. Going down, you try to control the weight and feel the stretch at the end. 1 minute break or maybe more than that would be recommended because this is kind of a compound movement. You might be out of breath after every set if you truly push yourself to failure. Post that, we are going to move on to cable close grip lat pull downs. Now these I have done 3 sets, 20 repetitions. Again, focusing on driving my elbows as far behind as possible, trying not to use my biceps. So keeping the angle of my elbow at all times not completely contracted, as you can see here. I'm taking my bent elbow all the way up and then pulling the cable right back to my chest without bending my elbow, which prevents or at least comparatively keeps my bicep less activated. There will be bicep activation, it's a pulling motion, but at least more focus on the back muscles. 3 sets, 20 repetitions, and please do go as slow as I am doing it here. As you let the weight go up, try to take 2 to 3 seconds. As you pull down, you can pull it down quickly, but going back up, go slow. After that, we move on to the next exercise, which is a calf work. Again, this is something which you can skip if you have great calf muscles already and you don't think this is necessary for you. Please go ahead to the next exercise. But I'm someone who is trying to get a little bit more muscle mass in my calf muscles, a little bit more strength. So I do this on regular basis as much as possible if as time permits and as I try to fit that particular exercise in my routine. So I do 3 sets of these to failure every set. So by failure, I mean once I'm unable to push the weight anymore, I try to do lengthened partials as much as possible where my heels are completely down, and then from there I push as much as possible and try to hit the failure range. I take very short breaks and use this. You need not take a break in between the back exercise and the calf exercise and the next back exercise, because two different muscles, unless until you're extremely out of breath, you can quickly jump from this exercise to the next one. For the next exercise, we are going to do the face pulls. This is something which I'm doing more often now to build the posterior strength of mine. I feel there is a slight bit of, I would say, difference in strength in my left and right, very slight. I've seen myself in the videos while I'm performing pull-ups or any kind of overhead press. So I'm trying to strengthen and, kind of retrain my entire upper back so that they work equally together with equal amount of strength, so I don't have any kind of instabilities. So yes, face pull is one way to do it. And as you can see here, as I let the cable go forward, I go as slow as possible, and as I pull it towards me, I pull it with a lot more explosive strength, and then I push it all the way back, doing that Superman chest pose, showing off my chest while squeezing my back together. And as I go, let it go forward, I completely let it go forward, let my shoulders roll in forward. So I believe this is the proper way to do. And as you can see, my back starts turning red pretty quickly with every repetition. 3 sets, 20 repetitions will be quite challenging. Now, post completing those, we are going to kill our back with a 3 set of failure pull-ups, as many repetitions as possible. You can always finish off with reverse shrugs. But yes, I'm using straps so that my grip strength doesn't compromise my repetitions. I try to go all the way up and come down all the way. And I think that is a great way of executing your pull-ups. And as you can see here, my back was looking good. I had a good amount of blood flow. I was able to still manage good number of repetitions. I was getting around 6 to 8 repetitions of pull-ups in every set post completing the entire back routine. So good strength gain and also good amount of mind muscle connection. So yes, and that's it. We're done with our exercise part. I'm just finishing off with reverse shrugs. So once done with this, I finished off with a wide grip vertical hang to stretch my lats and also engage my forearms a little bit. Thank you so much for watching the video. If you did like the video, please do drop a like. And if you haven't yet subscribed to the channel, please do subscribe. Any feedback in the comment section is greatly appreciated. I hope you enjoyed working along. You may add or skip any of the exercises as you prefer to do. This is just a reference point for you. You can do it along with me. And I hope you would see similar, developments like I am seeing in my body as of now. Thank you so much. Take care. Have a good day.